A king composed immortal verses. He mastered 64 arts. He ruled an empire with wisdom. Yet history remembers him as the villain. Why? In the golden age of Lanka, before the bridge of stones, before the armies of monkeys, before the name Ravana became synonymous with evil, there lived a scholar king whose brilliance illuminated the Indian subcontinent. Ravana was not born a demon. He was born a prince, son of the sage Vishrava, grandson of Brahma himself. His mother, Kaikasi, carried him with pride. His father blessed him with knowledge. By the time he reached manhood, Ravana had already mastered the Vedas, the 64 arts, music, medicine, mathematics, and architecture. Sanskrit manuscripts speak of him composing the Shiva Tandava Statram, a hymn so powerful that Lord Shiva himself appeared before him in recognition. This was not a villain's achievement. This was the work of a genius. But genius and humility rarely share the same throne. As Ravana's power grew, so did his pride. He performed the ultimate penance, standing on his head for 10,000 years, offering his own heads to Lord Shiva as proof of devotion. The gods trembled. Shiva granted him a boon, invincibility against gods, demons, and beasts. Not against humans. This detail, this single exclusion, would reshape destiny itself. Ravana returned to Lanka transformed. Not just powerful now, but convinced of his own supremacy. He conquered the 3 worlds. Kings bowed before him. His palace gleamed with treasures from across the cosmos. His Lanka became a wonder, floating gardens, golden towers, architecture that seemed to touch the heavens themselves. He was no longer just a king. He believed himself beyond consequence. And therein lay the seed of his downfall, waiting. Then came the moment that changed everything. Ravana encountered Sita in the forests of Dandaka. She was beautiful, yes, but more importantly, she was the wife of Rama, the very avatar of Vishnu himself. In that instant, Ravana made a choice. Not a choice born of ignorance, but a choice born of arrogance. He believed his power was so absolute, his intellect so supreme, that he could defy Dharma itself. He abducted her. He brought her to his island. And in doing so, the greatest king of Lanka transformed into history's most infamous villain. But here is what we must understand: Ravana did not become evil overnight. He was the same man who had composed verses of devotion. The same mind that understood the cosmos. The same heart that had loved his family. One choice. One moment of unchecked pride. One refusal to acknowledge limits. That was the difference between his greatest triumph and his greatest tragedy. Pride consumed what brilliance could not protect. The Ramayana tells us what followed. Rama came. The armies clashed. Ravana fought with the skill of a master warrior, the strategy of a genius commander, the desperation of a king who finally understood his mistake. In the final battle, when Rama's arrow found his heart, Ravana fell not as a demon, but as a man who had everything and lost it all because he could not bow. Yet even in death, the text preserves his complexity. Rama himself mourned him. The god wept for the brilliance that had been wasted, the potential that pride had destroyed. Ravana's own brother Vibhishana, though he stood against him, acknowledged he was a great king, a scholar, a musician. His was a fall not of evil, but of hubris, the most ancient tragedy of all. In our world today, we celebrate genius. We elevate brilliance. We reward those who achieve beyond measure. But the story of Ravana whispers something we desperately need to hear: genius without humility is a sword without a hilt. Every day, we witness brilliant minds that destroy themselves through arrogance. Corporations led by geniuses that collapsed because they believed themselves above accountability. Leaders who wielded power so completely they forgot that power is a trust, not a possession. The story of Ravana is not about demons and gods. It is about the human condition. It is about you and me. What gifts have we been given? And are we wise enough to remain humble beneath them? Because the difference between a Ravana remembered for his achievements and a Ravana remembered for his fall is sometimes just one choice. One moment of humility. One willingness to acknowledge, I am not above the laws that bind all others. This is the eternal lesson the Ramayana offers us across millennia. This is the Bharat that shaped civilizations. If you hunger for stories that go beyond heroes and villains, for narratives that reveal the human soul within ancient tales, subscribe now. Because every story from our past is a mirror held to our present. Let us learn together.